Go watch Toy Story. Hi, welcome! It is Danai, and today we are going to take a look at the Konmari method and how you can actually apply it in your life. Let's start with who is Marie Kondo. Marie Kondo is a Japanese lady that is an author of many successful books, most known for the life-changing magic of tidying up and spark joy. Also known for the very successful Netflix show Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. And she's also a consultant and organizing consultant, as her Wikipedia page mentions. In her books and the show, she talks about the Konmari method that she came up with, whose principles we are going to explain right now. The first principle is that you have to commit. It is a process that requires time and effort, and if you're looking for motivation for that commitment, I have a video just for you. It is my Clean Your Space and Organize Your Life video, where I give you all the good reasons why a clean space is correlated with having an organized life. So if you would like to check that out, I have it linked in the description box, or I'll put a card right around here, and you can go ahead. I'll wait. No, go. It's all good. I can wait here. You're back! Nice. Okay, so let's go. So like I said, this process needs commitment. In order to have it a little bit easier in finding that commitment, after watching my video, of course, it is to imagine the life you had. Imagine your ideal life, how you want to live in your house, this life that you want to have anyways. Visualize it, imagine it, manifest it, and if you see it, you like it, you want to do that. I'll stop with the Ariana Grande songs, or maybe I won't. Who knows? Nobody. Anyway, if you visualize it, you can see it, and then it will come to you. Next principle is that you have to tidy by kind and not by location. What do I mean by that? You start, for example, with your clothes. You take the clothes from everywhere in your house, whether that is your wardrobe, the drawers, in your dresser, at the back of your door, wherever you have clothes, you gather them and then you put them on your bed and then you sort through them. Next principle is that you follow the right order, which is clothes and then shoes, books, papers, miscellaneous, which is your kitchen, your bathroom, your garage items, like tools, and then sentimental items, memorabilia. Keeping the order is important because it exercises your ability to know what sparks joy, what you want to keep in your life. And you start with the clothes because it is the easiest to sort through. Sometimes some items just don't fit you anymore, so it is easier to let them go and keep the ones that really bring you joy. Yes, keeping the order is important. So now we go to the most important principle. Does it spark joy? When you hold onto an item and you're looking at it, how does your body react to it? Marie Kondo has this moment of the show that she's being the absolute cutest. I will try and find the clip from the Netflix show, but I did find this video where she explains it.
It feels as if every part or every cell of your body lifts up little by little. On the contrary, when you touch an item which does not spark joy, you would feel zing. As such, every part of your body feels like it weighs down.
So this is how your body should feel like when you're holding an item that you love, that it sparks joy, and therefore you know that you want to keep it. Next principle is that you have to focus on the keeping and not the letting go. Focus on what you want to keep in your life. Do you want to move forward in your life holding on to that item, bringing it into your everyday life? Does it have a purpose in your life? Does this item have a place in the life that you imagined before? don't focus on the letting go and the items that you are giving away. Something that she suggests is to thank the item for the time that you spent with it, the memories that you have with it, the use that you got out of it. And remember that by donating it, then somebody else will have that joy. The item's life continues and it moves on and you move on and you're both happier. If you need something to understand this life of the item, watch the Toy Story series and see how the toys react when they're being picked up to get played with from the kids, and how they feel when they're left in a trunk and they're getting all dusty. This is what made me understand a little bit this mentality. So go watch Toy Story. So this item is going to continue its life and make somebody else happy. Now, how can you actually apply the KonMari method in your life? First of all, you can start slow. You don't need to do all of the items and all of the categories in one day or 1 week. You can take 1 weekend for the clothes, and then 2 weekends after that you take time for the books, and then 2 weekends after that you take time for the papers, and then the miscellaneous, and then the memorabilia. The clothes are gonna take you 1 day. Depends on how many clothes you have. This might take you less than 1 whole day, but probably the whole process is gonna take you 1 day. You take all of your clothes. So my light is changing because the sun's leaving. It is okay though. We're going to, yes. Wait? No, I'm not gonna wait. Let's move on. So take all of your clothes from everywhere you have them, like we said before, and put them all in your bed. At night you're gonna have to sleep somewhere, so you're going to want to finish the process before night comes. If you don't want to spend the whole day sorting through your clothes, then I'm suggesting you this. Now that spring is coming and you're probably going to bring your summer clothes in your wardrobe and put away your winter clothes. When you do this exchange, sort them through as well. So basically you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Side tip, it's good to have a donation bag somewhere so that you know where to put the items that you are going to be donating, and then you can just take the bag and go to the donation center. Which brings me to side tip number 2. It's good to have a designated assigned place for all of your items. First of all, it is easier to find something when you're looking for it, and you know where to put everything so you can keep your space organized. Now, whenever you find something that you cannot decide if you want to keep it or not because it has a sentimental value, then leave it on the side for later. That means that your sparkling joy sense has not been sharpened to the maximum. Let's say a clothing item that somebody gave you and you feel very emotionally attached to it. Then that item goes to the memorabilia, which is at the end. And this is why the memorabilia, sentimental items are in the end, because you have sharpened your sparkling joy sense, like a Spidey sense. This is how I'm thinking about it, like Spidey sense, Spider-Man sense, that one. What was I saying? Your sparkling joy sense has been sharpened, like you know what really sparks joy to you, so you can sort through the pictures in your photo albums, your kids' drawings, or your ex's gifts. Don't keep your ex's gifts, that's not good for you, that's not healthy, move on. Or like Christmas cards. Remember to say thank you to the items before putting them away, so that way you can have closure and you can move on with your life. And that was the video for today. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I have my video linked in the description box, as long as my second channel where I upload covers and music. You should totally check that out. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Comment down below and tell me what you think of the KonMari method, or if you would like to try it out. I don't know, comment something. It helps me a lot, it helps with the engagement. So yes, if you want to comment what you're thinking, comment what you're thinking. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Do you want to move on with your life whole blah blah blah, 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 blah. Again.